guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called A Guide to the Dutch Supermarkets, Everything You Can Find in the Netherlands. Well, I love those videos. I love a supermarket. I think that's one of the ways you can sort of get to know a culture, which sounds a little crazy and sounds a little weird. But I get what, if I need to know what they're eating and what they have available to understand their culture, right? So let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe.
Grocery store is a place where you go get just one carton of milk and you end up buying a bunch of food because you saw a couple of discounts along the way.
Guilty.
In this case, going grocery shopping in the Netherlands is no different. Or if you care about your health and you don't have enough money to order takeout every day, going to the grocery store is inevitable.
Wow.
For a relatively small country,
You
there's a
should
wide
do your shopping.
But if you don't feel like biking for more than 15 minutes, there's less.
Oh my god, okay, I'm gonna go back and see what do they have. Ica, Kopen in the Winkel, Almulos, Polski, and there's also a bunch of Aldi's, which again are probably the more known
Supermarket chains to choose from.
Little?
But if you don't feel like biking for more than 15 minutes, there's less. After looking up on Google your closest options, it also might be useful to look at the pricing and ranking.
Sure.
So here I present to you a rundown of most supermarkets, their brand position.
Oh my god, there's Dirk. I love the name Dirk. Eco Plaza Plus, Little Coop. I would say Coop. Aldi, Market, Spar, and Jumbo. Is that a Costco?
Based on prices
Sort of?
and variety of goods. First up is Albert Heijn, the most popular and widespread Dutch name. The supermarket, also known as A, is the largest chain in the Netherlands. It is always a solid choice if money is not an issue for you. It has a wide selection of neatly arranged items and some cheaper brand name ones.
Peanut butter?
The store is also known for giving discounts if possessing a bonus card. So without it, you cannot get great offers such as buy one and get one half price.
Yeah.
Then comes Albert Heijn's.
That's how they get you with the get one, get the other one off, or get the other half price, or get three, buy two and get three. That's how they get.
Biggest competitor, Jumbo. Jumbo is the establisher of buy 4 croissants or buns for €1, which Albert Heijn started to adapt in their stores.
Oh, because they were the competitor.
Nevertheless, Jumbo is slightly easier on the wallet and has more friendly vibes because of the yellow. Dirk, previously named after another Dutchman, Dirk van den Broek. The supermarket ranks among the cheapest Dutch supermarkets. It might look a bit more gloomy, but it has many items to choose from.
Because no one has money?
Coop, also known as the store that will soon disappear because of the merging with the supermarket chain Plus, is okay. The selection of items in both stores is neither cheap nor expensive.
Okay, it's fine.
The carrot.
Unless it is located next to a university, which causes the prices to spike up. Spar, translated from German, means to save up or economize. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The store isn't completely overpriced, but it keeps you away from getting hungry. Spar could be compared to the Japanese 7-Eleven stores. A great selection of fancy breads and pre-made meals.
7-Eleven are cheap. Or in Japan, they're expensive.
Moreover, to stand out from the rest, the store imported many international and/or American candy.
Milky Way, Kit Kat.
If you are someone that likes a good deal, or you are a broke
well, I guess that doesn't come cheap. They have to bring it over from the US.
student, discount supermarkets are perfect for you. These supermarkets are cheaper because of their limited stock, efficient restocking of goods in boxes, and blatant copying of other brands, but cheaper. Aldi and Lidl.
Wow, was that a Bounty? Chocolate and coconut one?
These supermarkets are cheaper because of their limited stock, efficient restocking of goods in boxes, and blatant copying of
Okay, I don't know which one are those. Oh, Magnum. Okay, I think those are Magnum, right?
Other brands.
Yeah, Cocosa? Choco? I'm gonna guess that's a Bounty. And the hazelnut chocolate, whatever is that hazelnut? No, I don't know what chocolate that is.
but cheaper.
That's a Bounty.
Aldi
and Neo, that's Oreo.
and Lidl are the main two immigrants successfully integrating into the Netherlands from Germany. Both are very similar in what they offer. However, Lidl is considered to be more promotional and has better salads. Trust me.
They look good.
Trust me. Both of these stores also provide a Treasure Island
Cornets instead of Cornetto?
experience. The middle aisle of the store is dedicated to the random assortment of goods that will be here until they're sold out and will forever disappear.
That's what,
and maybe for the better. And for those who intensely smell their wine before drinking it and are not disgusted by blue cheese, the Netherlands also has a range of specialty supermarkets. These offer more premium and snobbish product ranges, including vegan, organic, gluten-free,
Okay, so those are the Whole Foods of the Netherlands.
And more questionable items. It's maca powder.
Oh, the shot.
Maca, maca, maca.
Maca powder.
Marked with a Q is one of the examples.
that
It is mostly located on the west side of the Netherlands. And we have Ecoplaza, that is more widespread around the country. Both
Sounds
stores
fancy.
offer amazing looking pre-made meals,
They look
great
good.
packaging design, and peeled
Almond milk.
almond butter.
Wow, that's
White amandel pasta. Okay, so that's white almond pasta paste, I would assume. But what do you do with this? Is that sort of Nutella but with almonds? Or sort of no, it's maybe more like peanut butter, right? But don't you have almond butter?
expensive.
And here you
10
can
euros.
see an
That's
overall
quite-
conclusion
that's expensive, right?
based on the
It is.
supermarket selection range and pricing. Additionally, in order to compare prices, I conducted a personal research, comparing the cheapest peanut butter prices in each store. I
Love
looked
it.
for the
Love a
cheapest
good
100%
comparison.
made from peanuts peanut butters. And
Just
this is the
peanut butter.
result.
Well, just
Unsurprisingly,
peanuts.
coming in most expensive is Ecoplaza, and the cheapest one of all is Lidl.
Oh my god, okay, the difference is quite a bit. Is what, almost 2 euros? That's a lot, right? That's a big difference.
And finally, there's also an option of
I guess, especially considering the fact that it's just peanut butter, natural peanut butter. It's just peanuts that you blend.
exploring the local market. Depending on the region, it can be open every day or just twice a week. But as a socially anxious person, this might not be the best strategy as there are
Why?
many people and you actually need to communicate what you want and need. There are also some chains around the Netherlands that have
it
only
cheaper?
been heard as a legend.
I think I don't know. I think usually those markets have either better prices or better quality, but who knows?
As they are difficult to pronounce, such as Walmar, Dien, Dekamarkt, and Hooglied. But
Are
they
those
might
very
exist
local?
or they might not. We'll never know. After
because they're
finding the
local,
right
so you
store
don't
to
know,
shop in,
unless you
there are
live
many
there.
things that the Netherlands does differently from the rest of the world. So to
scared.
prepare, here are some instances to keep in mind.
Okay,
Opening
what?
hours. Depending on the location, supermarkets might have limited hours or be completely closed on Sunday and public holidays.
I hate that.
However, Dutch grocery stores in major cities are generally open 7 days a week.
Oh, but
from
in major
9
cities
a.m.
they're
to 10
open.
p.m. As the Dutch are a busy nation that also is mindful about their health and what they eat,
Oh my God,
there are
that
many
looks great.
pre-cut and
Those
pre-packaged
are clears.
products offered typically in the beginning of the store. Starting
I like it, although I'm concerned about the plastic. This is a lot of plastic.
off with wraps and salads and ending with chopped lettuce and baby potatoes.
Convenient.
If you don't earn enough to afford HelloFresh, not a sponsor, at most supermarkets you can find boxes of food to prepare at home, just
my
like
God,
the
I
real
love
thing. Besides the vegetables and fruit,
And do they tell you the recipe at the in the back? That's I would hope so, right?
you might be greeted with a fresh smell of baked goods. As many
bread.
stores have small bakeries in them, where the boring task of taking bread turns into a little mini game. But the Dutch are very
You're
passionate
joking.
about their bread. So towards the end of the
Yeah,
day, you might
they
not
have
get a
good bread.
chance to get your favorite one. Even the fluffy, soft, thin ones that come in a bag. Language barriers. As expected, all products are written in Dutch.
Yes.
Other than Dutch,
They're
French
doing
is often used as
Netherlands.
the only second option, making it
English.
confusing as to why it is not English. And plus making you regret not participating enough in those French classes during high school. Drinks. Supermarkets are only allowed to sell 3 types of alcoholic drinks:
Beer,
cider,
wine, and-
beer, and wine. Plus, when you buy most of the drinks,
cider.
even water, you will pay a rental fee.
To me, the cider thing, I know it's different, but it's very similar to wine. Although I know it is.
That is returnable in the store's collector machine. But if you're looking for
like in
something to
Germany,
raise the
right?
roof, most times you can find more drinks in the store next door or in
The
a
alcohol
not so
store?
secret section.
The
Dutch
liquor
food.
store?
Generally,
Oh.
the Dutch like to keep their food simple and
Oh
straightforward.
my god, it's cookbook, but obviously again written in a very Dutch way. But it's cookbook.
Potatoes, soup,
What a beautiful
pancakes,
language.
and sprinkles on bread. And some
Ooh.
fried finger food
Oh my God,
on the weekends.
I know that
But
brand.
luckily, the
They're
Netherlands has
richer.
readily embraced international food. Most grocery stores offer Europeanized, less spicy version of foods from all around the world.
Oh wow.
But if you're
What,
craving
pizza?
some simple eggs for breakfast,
Everyone has pizza.
and you can't
Ooh,
find
oh my
them
God,
in any
what a
of the
beautiful
fridges.
egg.
On this side of the continent, the eggs are freed from the coldness and are located somewhere on a nice and cozy shelf.
Yes, they don't freeze your
Chocolates.
eggs.
In the candy aisle, chocolate bars and candies are sold in big
Twigs.
bags and bunches to share amongst your friends and family members.
They have
The store
everything.
definitely
And I'm not seeing a lot of Dutch brands here. Everything's sort of, I think, well, it's American, right? Mars
expects
bars,
you to
all
have
that.
self-control and
Come on.
not eat the whole thing in a couple of hours. But all hope is not lost because there are some located next to the cash register and self-checkout. Then
There was I can't remember the name, but it's the Ruder or the one with a Z. I think those are Dutch breads.
if you're
chocolate
planning
breads.
to leave the store comfortably, before paying, make sure you have a bag on hand. Otherwise, the bag costs extra. This practice encourages the
I like that because it reduces the use of plastic.
customers to bring their own.
Correct.
Plus, most of
Bring
the
your own
produce is
bag.
already wrapped in unnecessary plastic.
Exactly.
But that's a
Were those avocados and what? Broccoli? There's no need for you to put this in plastic.
conversation
I
for
hate
another
that.
day. Credit cards.
Yes.
Now you're ready to pay. Well, you might not be able to. Whoopsie doopsie.
Why?
Some supermarkets don't accept Visa or MasterCards,
Oh my God,
which
what?
leads to none other option than to get some cash or open a Dutch bank account. Receipt.
Wait, what?
If
what?
you're
What? Don't you mean what? They're in the Netherlands. How come they don't take Visa or they don't take Mastercard, which is the universally used cards? What? And and can't you just pay on your phone? You have your card on your phone and you do the thing. Not even that. You have to go. You have to physically go and get cash. That's crazy to
for an
me.
introvert that prefers to be left alone, using a self-checkout machine is the way to go. But make sure
Yes.
to keep your receipt, otherwise you will not be able to leave the store.
Yes.
Recommendations. Whether you are a resident or a visitor, there are certain
God,
things I
Brad.
definitely recommend purchasing or even bringing as a souvenir. Tony
which
Chocolonely
one?
chocolate bars. If you like the
Ooh.
taste of chocolate and free slavery, this is the #1 Dutch chocolate to buy. It comes in many colors and flavors like pretzel,
Actually, I think I've had
caramel,
those
Kit
before.
Kat, and Twix. And it has a creative design that is hard to share amongst your friends.
Yes.
I know it's a bit cheesy, but stroopwafels are a Dutch staple and
Oh my
sold
God.
cheaply in every
Oh,
corner.
and they sell those? Oh my God! I thought they only sold those, at a street vendor or something. You can get them. Do you have to warm them? Oh my God! I would love to know how you make
the
them.
country. If the caramel filling is overdone for you,
Oh, it's
you can try
ready to
honey,
eat.
not a sponsor, chocolate, or even less sugar flavored ones. Then cheese is also a great option you can find in any supermarket.
Oh, do you know how to
From
go to a
whole
special
giant cheese
store?
ball, cheese, to
Yes,
cheese
so is a cheese
slices,
ball.
from Young to Old Amsterdam, they
This
have
is,
it all.
this is a paradise.
They even sell peanut cheese that comes in a jar or a bucket. If you're a
What?
fan of the taste of pure evil, the Netherlands has plenty of licorice to offer,
Ugh.
as it is one of the most popular forms of sweets. It is not
Licorice is
all
not a sweet.
horrible, but the faith is in your hands. Kruidnoten
Well, I
is a
actually would try
perfect
that one.
winter holiday treat. It is like a gingerbread ball, occasionally covered in chocolate. Typically sold way before the actual holiday and are immediately gone right after.
Actually,
Fla.
yeah, I think
Fla
maybe I've
is
had
simply
some.
a
It's good.
pourable pudding that comes in a plastic
Pourable.
cup or milk cartons.
I'm sorry, but pourable pudding. Those are two things that contradict each other.
Suggesting that it will quench your thirst. Even
A
though it
pudding?
is not true, it is a great slurp of
A pudding shouldn't really quench your thirst. No,
dessert after
it's not
dinner.
a liquid. Wow, this was a journey to me. I think two takeaways from this video are two things that I am shocked to my very core. The one, what do you mean pourable pudding? That's not something that's really, no, that's an antithesis. Like, that's not really a thing. Pudding, it should be the consistency of pudding. It's thick, not pourable, thick, but soft. It's jiggly. You sort of move, you do this and it should move around. It's jiggly. So it's sort of, it's not hard. It's not caramel, but it's jiggly. And again, you have to eat it with a spoon. You have to eat it with a spoon. You can't actually pour it, because if you pour it, then it's not a pudding. So what do you mean? Oh, you can slurp it. Wait, what? I wouldn't slurp a pudding because it's not a liquid. So quite concerned, extremely concerned. I do not know what she means by that. What? I'm just, again, shocked to my very core. I'm gonna skip right past it because I'm very, again, shocked by this. The other, it's the cash thing. What do you mean? Again, she's mentioned, oh, well, you have to be aware. They don't take this Visa or MasterCard. Which, why? Why? Is there, usually I think, I can't think of, yes, I think it's worldwide. They, again, places take, that's the only thing. We take, I mean, they don't even, there's no signs because it's assumed, because I'm actually trying to, I know some old stores, they kept the signs, we take Visa, we take MasterCard, but I think, I would assume that's I don't know, that's been left over from, I don't know, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, because I don't think I've ever encountered a place in which again, in all my years of life, in which someone has said, no, I'm sorry, I do not take Visa or MasterCard, which are, again, universally, again, are there other types of cards? No, right? Well, I think there are, but not widespread. So it's kind of crazy to me. And the fact that it's not even that, you can't even use your phone. They don't have the thing, the little machine, the contactless thing, and you just put your phone because you have Apple Pay or Google, whatever, the Google option. Again, there's just so many, you have your wallet there. So I can't use my phone. I can't use my card. No, it's specifically, and don't they have, no, because they're stores, right? So I think maybe, they don't have the equivalent of a Venmo or something. So I can't just actually, again, transfer you because it's not a wire transfer, but you can't actually give them, pay them like that. So it's not only cash, which is what that makes me feel. What do you mean? You're in Europe, you're in the Netherlands, which I think is one of the more advanced, I think, countries, again, from what I've seen. They're quite advanced. So what do you mean they're advanced, but they only take cash? What is this place? I feel like I'm in the Middle Ages. What do you mean I have to go to the ATM and get cash? What? That's so weird to me. I would love to know what's the explanation behind this, because there's gotta be a reason why. Who carries cash around in this day and age? This is weird. And how come the cashiers, they want to count money? Well, they're not counting them. I know the machine does that, but who wants to handle cash? I mean, it gives you, it's dirty, it doesn't stain your hands, but still gives you, I don't know, your hands, your fingers are left with a weird sort of, I don't know, it dries your fingers. I can't explain it, but it's just weird. I think it's stink. I don't know. It just gives you, I don't know, it leaves a feeling, a sensation, a weird sensation in your fingers. Nobody wants to handle cash. So why the Netherlands does this? I would love it explained to me if I am a kid, because I don't understand the logic. I'm trying to think, and I'm coming up super short, because all the advantages that, I don't know, that card and not non-physical money has, I mean, they override everything that I can think of, all the advantages of cash. And besides, again, you're just gonna go and grab, when the supermarket closes, they're gonna have this giant piles of cash in a bag. I don't know, you feel like you're doing a sketchy deal. It's, oh my God, why is it cash only? I feel like I'm doing something illegal because they only take cash. Is what? Am I buying, again, am I in the mob? What's happening here? I don't know. So that's really strange to me. It's weird. It's extremely weird. I'm sorry, but there's no sense. There's no logic. The others, though, it's funny because, the other, I like the comparison that she did, to make it a really good sort of statistic thing of, yes, peanut butter, natural peanut butter, the differences is quite high. I don't know why I thought maybe it's more, I don't know, because I think a lot of these stores, and it happens in the US, and I think probably happens all over the world as well. The actual thing, obviously all the supermarkets do this, that they have their store brand, which is obviously the generic version, and it's the cheaper option, because obviously that's why they come out with generic versions of things. But it's funny that ultimately, I think a lot of the times it's just about brand. It's all about packaging. Not in this case, obviously not that specifically. I don't really know how it goes with peanut butter, but just usually I think the brand packaging just makes, it does all the work for you, because you want to get the fancy option. But ultimately, I think if you do a taste test of a lot of these things, you have the generic option, and you have, buy peanut butter, in this case, buy peanut butter from all of these stores and do a blind test, and I guarantee there are some differences. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes they are, but most of the times I think a lot of these, I guarantee at least 2 or 3 are just identical from each other. So it's sort of, okay, yeah, you just get the cheaper option. It's funny that, again, the markup is a lot. It's €2, which I think is quite, again, in comparison, it's quite, oh my God, there's a world of a difference there. I would like to know, though, if, because in this case, I think it was Eco Plaza, the one that was sort of the highest, the peanut butter, that was the more expensive one. If they have the more expensive things in general, or it's just, again, in this case, peanut butter, which was, a random thing that, they chose to make the video for. Again, it just depends. But it's really, I don't know, I would love to know. And if Lidl has the cheaper options in general, I would also love to know. Because I've heard, like, she mentioned some of them were, if money's not an option. Obviously, I like the fact that you have options. Because sometimes, I think, especially when it comes to, supermarkets and grocery shopping and all of that, again, they're going to carry most of the same things. Usually, not always, though. I think sometimes when they're very there's special stores, and they're the fancier ones, which I think obviously that's why they're the fancier ones. They have some certain things that, oh, but I can't get those, I can't get this specific thing that I like in other places, which of course it happens. But ultimately, they kind of carry the same things. Ultimately that's what's going to happen, because they all carry the same sort of basic items. And not even basic items, sometimes are not that basic, but still sort of staples in whatever diet as in whatever that you're eating. So it's funny that I don't know, we kind of like to know, because if they all carry the same thing. But again, this is all something that happens not just in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, it happens all over the world. Which then again, if they all sell the same thing, it's all about branding, packaging and branding basically. Or again, convenience. Maybe it's, but this one's is closer to my house, is closer to, my class, maybe, you go to college, or maybe it's closer to your office. I don't know. It's about convenience, but it's not necessarily about the actual quality of the items. It's more about that. Or maybe sometimes it's more about the vibes. It's just, but the places, the shelving, and if you don't like, I don't know, maybe you like, it's more organized. And maybe I think it was the little one, the one that apparently they had the big sort of center aisle with a bunch of stuff. Maybe some people are, I don't like, that disorder, that messiness. I like maybe the Eco Plaza. Maybe it's a little bit expensive, on the expensive side. It's more expensive. But again, maybe it's less cluttered, so you feel as if, it's a nice experience when I'm going out shopping. So maybe that's, maybe that makes you want to go to the Eco Plaza, even though it's a little bit more expensive. But again, I feel better just walking around the aisles, and that just, this was just a really easy example. But I can think of some things again when it comes to shelving, or maybe the variety, the branding of the actual foods that you're buying, because again, you're buying the same things, but it's more about, but the packaging is class, or the packaging is nicer. But ultimately, again, if you do a blind test, it's gonna be almost everything's gonna taste the same. So it's really funny to me, the whole concept of, supermarkets. I think competition, is fierce, because there's so many of them, which obviously you as a consumer, you love to have options, you love variety, which I think it's great. But I think if I put myself in the position of the actual owners of these chains, which again, no one's crying, no one's, I'm not shedding tears for them. Obviously they're these huge companies. That it's kind of, oh my God, I wonder a lot about this, is, oh my God, if you have this fierce competition, because there's basically a supermarket chain, a supermarket, store in, for your competition, which is not just one, it's, 10. It's really hard to, tell people, hey, come to my store, please, it's either about prices, hey, I have the lowest prices, or maybe no, I have more quality goods, maybe more specific things that you're not going to get somewhere else. Maybe again, that's your branding. That is really, oh my God, they really do have to bend over to actually, and that's why they have so many, they buy two, get one, would they get two, buy one, or all the other options, just because again, competition is just fierce. So if everyone wants to get you as a customer, because they know. And I think maybe, and also I think it's, I don't really know how it goes. So sometimes I think it's also about, the people that are, that work there, all the workers. I think probably in the Netherlands is a little bit different, because you don't want to be bothered. And I think that ultimately, because I think it happens in the US as well, you kind of do I like the self-checkout thing, because you don't really get to interact with people, which is a little harsh. But again, sometimes you just want to, I like doing my thing. But sometimes some people actually do enjoy the process of, no, I like someone greeting me and being sort of friendly with me. And I know that in the Netherlands that's probably different, and it's not that only problem that makes you, I will not come back to this place, because people are greeting me. So no, I don't want any interaction. So again, that's a little bit different. But that's also maybe something, the actual service and customer service, maybe you feel is better in one of those places and in one of those chains. So yes, you're going to be, no, I like that one because it has like a better customer service. So again, who knows? But also I was thinking about this because again, with so many options and so many varieties, I was thinking, as a customer, are you really sort of married into one of these chains? Or do you just go, yeah, well, whatever. I don't care. I'll just go to the one that's most convenient to me at this particular time or where I am right now. If I need something, I'm going to go to Coop because, oh, it's the closest to me right now. But it's not because, oh, I love Coop specifically. I'll just go because, again, it's the one that it's just more convenient to me now. But it's not because, no, I can't be unfaithful because I know I like Dirk and Dirk, it's my favorite one. So I'm not going to sort of cheat on Dirk. I don't know. Sometimes it may sound silly, but sometimes I think some people are just very open. I always do my shopping at this particular sort of grocery store or at this particular supermarket. So I wouldn't feel good sort of cheating on them. So I think I would like to know how many of how common this happens in for Dutch people. Maybe not a lot. I would assume no, but maybe that's also, again, I'm generalizing, probably just varies from person to person, because again, some people are maybe no, I feel I'm more faithful to this, or maybe I'll just know because I love the experience of shopping there so much because of the things I just mentioned, either customer service, either they leave you alone or they greet you, whatever is your preference, or how the aisles are, or whatever, the whole sort of organization system. You prefer that, and you go, no, even the one that's maybe closest to me is the other. I kind of like the other one better, so I'm willing to go and take the extra 10 minutes, by 10 minutes in order to go to my preferred sort of place. And again, who knows, I would love to know because I find it very interesting about people's shopping habits. But this is it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.